Morning. The court is going to take up clause number C200034CPS. This is in the interest of Aiden Gomez and Ariel Gomez children. The case is set for a bench trial today. The trial is being conducted pursuant to emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court via Zoom video conference. Participating in the trial today on behalf of the department is caseworker Trey Davis, Supervisor Isabella Reyes, and Regional Attorney Jason Jett. The mother of the children is Christina Mossman, who is participating in the trial with her attorney ad litem, Gerald Ratliff. The father of the children is Anthony Gomez Jr., who is personally served with citation notice of suit on September 14, 2020. He is not currently present. Todd Simons is present as his attorney ad litem. Jeff Bailey is the attorney and guardian ad litem for the children, and he is present. The current caregiver for the child is Allison Cross, and she is present. And the children are excused from participating in today's hearing. As I noted, this case is set for a bench trial today. Mr. Jett, is the department ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
Mr. Ratliff, are you ready to proceed?
We're ready, Your Honor.
And Mr. Simons, you ready?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Bailey?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Is anybody invoking the rule? The rule is not invoked. All right, any opening statement from the department, Mr. Jett?
Your Honor, I wonder if we might go into a breakout room just briefly and see if we've got any room here for any agreement. I don't know. I wasn't able to meet with Mr. Ratliff or Mr. Simons or Mr. Betty for that matter yesterday. Okay. Just briefly to see if we've got any common ground at all.
There's no objection. I'll put the attorneys in a breakout room for about 5 minutes. It's 9:14 now. I'll bring y'all back in about 9:20. Thank you. Y'all stand by. All right, sending y'all an invitation to join that breakout room, so I'll go in there, please. I'll bring you back in just a few minutes. The rest of y'all will stand by. We'll resume the hearing here shortly.
The fuck? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Am I making noises?
All right, Mr. Ike, I'm going to bring them back in now. All right, thank you. We're back on the record in cause number C200034CPS. I believe all parties in council that were previously present remain present, other than I believe Ms. Mossman's not currently with Mr. Ratliff. Did y'all have time to confer? You need some more time?
Judge probably need a little more time. We were kind of in the middle of some things.
Okay. How much more time do y'all think you need?
Another 5 minutes, maybe.
5 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring you back in about 9:26. That's another 5 minutes or so. Thank you. Y'all stand by.
Thank you.
All right. I've sent y'all a new invitation. Thank you. All right. We'll again be in recess. Thank you. Ms. Drake, are you back there? Okay, thank you. I want to bring them back in now. We are back on the record in C200034CPS. All parties in council, I believe, previously present, remain present. All right, Mr. Jett, are we ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Simons needs to address the court about something.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge, my understanding was that we were trying to do a placement with the children here, and if they're not, so they're seeking termination. I believe if the department is seeking termination, I need to get a bench warrant here, get my client here through a bench warrant. He's in custody, was last I knew, and
My understanding was he was released from jail on the 7th of July.
I didn't know that. So if that's true, that's something I need to look into also, I guess.
Judge, he's currently incarcerated in Middleton Unit in Abilene.
Oh, he got moved to a different facility?
Yes, sir.
Y'all stand by for just a second. We're going to go back on the record in C200034CPS. I'd say, Mr. Simons, as I understand, you're making a motion for continuance to allow you time to bench warrant Mr. Gomez back from the Middleton unit.
Yes,
Is that right? What is the department's position on the request for continuance?
Your Honor, as much as we'd like to go forward with this case and resolve today and get permanently released, we're asking to terminate Mr. Simon's client. If he's not here and not participating, I think that leaves it open for an appellate issue, and we'd just be right back here. So we don't object.
Thank you, Mr. Ratliff.
Judge, I understand Mr. Simon's concern, and I personally do not have an objection to it. However, my client says she wishes to go forward today.
Thank you. And let's see, Mr. Beatty.
Judge, I'm not going to object, but I really will object if the requirements of the court push it out more than a month. I realize you've got a heavy docket, Judge, and that's not within your control, but I guess my objection is contingent on how far we're going to push this dang thing out, because this is a year and a half already.
Well, that leads to the next issue. The dismissal date right now for this case is August 14th. And frankly, there is no way I can reset this for a trial before the 14th. Not to mention that it'll take a little bit of time to facilitate a bench warrant to get Mr. Gomez back here from the Middleton unit or make other arrangements for it. I would anticipate that we would try to reset this for trial around the end of August. And that would be probably the earliest. I will have to move some things around to create some time to try the case at that point. But I would have to do it. But I'm going to need to extend the dismissal date just to allow time to reset it if I move it off today's date. So that's kind of where I'm at, Mr. Beatty. So,
well, Judge, I met with my clients yesterday and with their counselor, and this is a continuing source of stress for them. So that's my primary concern. But if it's got to be the end of August, it's got to be.
All right. Thank you. All right. The court, after hearing the announcements of the parties and after taking judicial notice that the court's file finds that it has really no choice but to grant the continuance since the department is seeking termination of the parents' parental rights. I think the law requires me to make sure that Mr. Gomez has an opportunity to participate in the suit. And so I will grant the continuance due to the docket of the court. I anticipate I'm going to have to set this beyond the current dismissal date of August 14th, 2021. And so I'm going to find extraordinary circumstances that exist that necessitate the department remaining as temporary managing conservator of the children and continuing the children in the temporary managing conservatorship of the department is in the best interest of the children. Pending a trial of the case, will, pursuant to emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court related to the COVID-19 pandemic, extend the dismissal date. Let me look at this real quick. The dismissal date will be reset to February 1st, 2022, pursuant to the Texas Supreme Court's emergency orders on the pandemic. But the court intention is to reset this case for trial at the around the end of August, after I conclude the jury trial I have set in August. Mr. Jett, how long do we anticipate from the department's perspective we think the trial may last, just so I can try to make sure I have sufficient time on the docket?
I can see about an hour and a half to 2 hours for the department portion alone.
Okay.
Just the witnesses we would call, including the cross on those. So we'd be looking at Mr. Davis, the mother, the father.
Okay. Mr. Radliff, how long do you anticipate it would take to?
Judge, I anticipate at least an hour.
Okay.
And it may be longer if I can get one witness, another witness.
Okay. And Mr. Bailey, any thoughts on length?
Well, Judge, I find it difficult to believe this won't take at least half a day. So my portion should be relatively straightforward, Judge. Pretty quick.
All right, thank you, Mr. Simons.
I don't have a position, Judge.
All right, I'm going to assume it's going to take a half day, so I'll try to see if we can find time to reset that. I'll get a notice out as quick as I can find a setting on it, and let the attorneys know when it's reset, and we'll take it up at that time. I'm going to ask my court administrator see if she can find a time to set a permanency hearing and pretrial before then, because I think we're due for another one here pretty quick. So there'll be one set in the interim before we have the trial. I apologize for the delay, but I think the law necessitates that we try to make it. Mr. Simons, I would request that you, if you want him brought back, you get your bench warrant request filed so we can try to make that happen once we have the trial setting.